Hi, I'm Gothicus Maximus, and welcome to my basement. Today we're going to be reviewing some dating profiles and bios, and giving a little bit of advice and thoughts on how things could be improved. A little context as to my background: I have successfully used dating apps for a handful of years. I've had dates, I've had relationships, and so on. More importantly, though, I've helped several friends get into long-term relationships with help on their dating profiles and apps. Friends who have had kids, friends who have gotten married, friends who are still in long-term relationships, and friends who are on their second or third try. So I've been a little bit of a friend guru, and now I'd like to be a guru. So let's go check out these profiles, and maybe you can learn something about your own profile or how to approach things going forward. Okay, let's get into it with our first profile. So we have profile review from No Personality on Reddit. So here we have a lovely and very dynamic picture of you in a very populated city. This is a fine photo. It's a great opener. It's, eye-catching. There's a lot going on. You're smiling, which is great. This is a great photo of you, and I love the label "This Could Be Us." This has the cute animal effect. You look really nice here in your floaty chair. It shows off your body well. All really important things to show off in a bio. This photo is the worst of the three we've seen so far, but not a bad photo. I think it shows some humor, which is a good thing. It's not incredibly flattering, and I'm very anti-sunglasses because it sort of hides your face. This photo is the weakest we've seen so far. This photo does not do you justice very well. It doesn't show a lot of you, and you're not really smiling. You look kind of upset or constipated. I wouldn't suggest using this photo. I would say first things first is fully remove this one. This photo is also a remove. We love a sunset, but your smile looks a little bit forced. Something you can try doing when you're trying to smile for a photo is laughing, especially if your photographer can crack a joke or be silly, so you can sort of naturally lean into like a that would do you better. Ooh, I love this picture. One thing I would do is censor your buddy's face here so it's clear who you are. It doesn't seem like you've included a bio though, so can't help you there. Bios are really important, but I guess your main takeaways are going to be get rid of these two pictures. They're not doing you any favors. You need a full body picture of you standing head to toe, and you need a picture with a group of friends, ideally candid, so people can sort of get your vibe. So those are the tweaks I would make to this, and I think you would get some success there. On to the next profile. So we have Snot Girl, who is asking if she's too weird. She says she is this changeable. Let's take a look here. You have a lot of photos, which is usually a good thing. I really love this first photo you have. It's very flattering. You look great with the pink hair. This second photo of you is also excellent. Love showing off the full body. The dogs upset me. But that's my problem, not your problem. So I think pictures 1 and 2 should stay. The third picture, it needs to go. If you want to show off that you have a split tongue, I'm sure you can take a nicer picture of you with your tongue out, but you're a gorgeous, gorgeous person, and this is simply not showing that. I love this dynamic picture of you with your art hanging here. It's just lovely. Love the green hair on you. Great look. Love this middle picture as well. This this whole picture, if you will, is great too. So you have a lot going for you on these pictures. I think the picture of you with pink hair in the middle is great and can stay, and it's great to have that full body picture. Something you're missing in this profile is a picture of you with friends. A group picture would be really nice here. And I think that these two pictures on the sides aren't doing a ton for you. They are showing off your art, but I'm seeing your art in other contexts here already. So I'm not sure that they're necessary. And I guess one thing that you are missing that would be really nice, especially because you're such a chameleon of a person, you change your hair and you change your style and how you look, very colorful. A dead-on picture of your face, like in a selfie or whatever, with any hair color, any styling, would be really nice so people can sort of get the sense of what your face looks like. Because a lot of these are sort of out wide pictures where you might not get such a good context of that. But yeah. Now let's move on to your bio. What do we got? multidisciplinary artist, collector of weird things, tattooer, professional eccentric, dopamine dresser, and a color enthusiast. Okay, that first sentence is great. I love that. I'm into many creative pursuits, writing, painting, music, being a living statue, textiles, etc. Usually found rummaging through dead people things. Oh no. For weird trinkets and cursed objects. That is basically duplicative of your first sentence, and I think the rummaging through dead people might raise some eyebrows because I don't think you're trying to say that you're a mortician. I think you could just say thrifting, and that would serve the same purpose without maybe confusing people. I enjoy art, music shows, thrifting, urbexing, looking at cool moss, and chill nights crafting in an hoodie? Will 100% big up that cool stick or rock you found. Okay, so the bio could definitely use some tweaking. I think basically everything except that first sentence should be scrapped. It is largely duplicative of both the things I learned from your pictures and from that first set of sentences. So I think it would be, that very last sentence, if you fix the typo, say 100% pick up that cool stick or rock you found, I think that's fine to keep. And honestly, that first sentence and that last sentence may be enough of a bio in itself, but it would be really nice to hear something else about you. You are this big, colorful, eccentric person who's super duper artsy, and that's very clear. But is there anything else you want someone to know? How do you love? What food do you like? I'm deathly allergic to peanuts. These things that maybe people want to know that just aren't really coming through. You're clearly not a one-note person, yet somehow this profile ended up being a little bit one-note. So I think tweaking it down in terms of the bio and just maybe adding one sentence of something a little bit different would really help you out. But otherwise, I love your pictures. I love your vibe. I think you just need to add one face picture and one group picture and remove a couple of these extra scrappy pictures that aren't helping you. And again, maybe a better tongue out picture if you want to show off the split tongue, but I don't know that you have to, girl. You're very, very gorge without. Who do we have here? He's 24 and he's seeking a profile review. You hear music in color. Oh, you have synesthesia. Very cool. You're accepting photogenic spot recommendations and bonus points if you surprise me. Okay, and I think this is a really nice picture. We can see your camera, so we definitely get that you're into photography. You go to Cornell maybe based on that shirt. All good things. It helps if we put the pictures in the middle. Yeah, this second picture is a little bit weaker than your first picture. It's still nice, but I think your first picture could be better. Bobby has thoughts. Ooh, this picture has to go. This picture has to go. There's camel toe, you're slipping. It's nice to show off that you're literate with a book, but your eyes are closed. This is not a good picture of you. This has to go. This should be your first picture. This is the best picture we've seen of you so far. Thank you, sweetheart. This is excellent. This is also a really nice picture. It's continuing to show off the camera, which seems to be a really big part of your life, which is good to know. I like it less than the previous one, but the previous one is just a star. That should be your very first one. Are you going to scream if I let you go? Okay. This photo is nice. I like the pink. It's a nice variety from your black and white fits. It's okay that you're not smiling. You don't have to smile in every photo. And you have a good population of smiling photos. And this is a really nice photo. Okay, so you basically need to get rid of the photo of you in a blue shirt. And looking back through, you're missing a good full body photo and you're missing a group photo. Maybe even scratch this photo. I just don't think it's that good. And then get a nice photo of you standing in context head to toe where I can see the bottom of your feet, top of your head, and then a candid photo of you with some friends, ideally with their faces censored or with an arrow pointing towards you. And I think this profile will be a lot better. A quick note about your bio. I think bonus points if you surprise me is sort of saying entertain me, which is a little cringe. It's very clear. I like that you mentioned your synesthesia. I'm sure people talk to you about that ad nauseum. So if that gets old, maybe don't lead with it. It's very clear that you like photography, but I don't know anything else about you. And I would just like to see a little more. You know, what media do you like? What's your, what movies do you want to see right now? You're obsessed with everything on Disney Plus. Say something else. It's just not enough to get a sense of your personality. I don't know who you are. And when you want to date someone seriously, it's really important that you know who they are. And on to the next one. So we have any recommendations, only 5 matches in 1.5 days, which, if we're being totally honest, is not that bad. Oh goodness, you're 19. Okay. My dream job is to not do any work but still get paid. So basically Centerlink Premium. I frankly don't get this reference. Maybe I'm old. That's okay. If it hits with your demographic, it hits with your demographic. I really like this picture of you. I think your face looks really nice here. I'm assuming that the height thing matches how tall you are, potentially. If not, maybe a little misleading. This is also a really nice picture of you. Love a good selfie, so long as you have some other pictures. What we were looking to see next is a full body picture, a group picture of you with your friends, and maybe a hobby picture. So I like riding fast bicycles, creating interesting hypotheticals, and making immature jokes with my friends. Ooh. Okay, so girls who are 19 or in the range of the age where they're dating 19-year-olds, the last thing they want is immaturity. So I would definitely, even if that's true about you, I would definitely scratch that out of your profile, as I just think, assuming that you're looking for ladies, and apologies to make assumptions, but I think that is probably not a winner. So I think I like riding fast bicycles, totally fine. Creating interesting hypotheticals, that's totally fine. But find another and at the end there. Maybe it's skiing, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's doing karaoke with my friends, But whatever that thing is, I would replace the immature. You don't want to be shooting yourself in the foot with the ladies. Let's see the rest of these pictures. This is not a good picture. This is not a good picture. This is fine, but this doesn't show me anything about you. Yeah, so you are missing 3 necessary pictures, which is the group picture with you and your friends. Ideally, friends' face is censored. Again, you need a picture of your body in context, and you need a hobby picture with you in the hobby. You can keep the parrots at the end if you want, but I think you do those things and you'll be doing a lot better. Okay, on to the next one. Oh gosh, wait. This is another 19-year-old. Okay. Let's see what these... Yeah, I can't do this one. I'm sorry. This is just too young for me. I don't know. Okay. Next, male 22, I need a legit review. Do I just not qualify to be on dating apps? I'm struggling bad. Let's see what we got. Too many shirtless pictures off rip. I think scratch that first picture and keep the second one. Smoking cigars on the cruise ships, got a couple of different Cuban stogies. I don't think that's a great picture, and I also challenge you to think about who you're trying to date. Not a lot of young women are interested in stogies. They are out there, but I don't know if that's casting a wide net, so I would get rid of that. This 4th picture is you struggling with a net and your face mostly covered, so I would delete that. Do you want to come here? Okay. Do you want to come look at this guy with me? Let's look. Okay, so we don't like this picture, Bobby. Oh, you don't have close-ups on some of these other ones. Okay. Well, I don't know for sure about that 5th picture. It doesn't look incredibly flattering. In fact, it might be an old picture of you. Please, please, please make sure to use pictures that were taken in the last year. That 6th picture is okay. It's not a great angle on you. It does show off some muscle, but it's awkward. It makes your head look small. So I'd say you need to get rid of pictures 1, picture 3, picture 4, and 5, and 6. Basically, you have one good picture here. You need to take a moment to take some nicer pictures, you need a good group picture with friends. You need a nice picture of your entire body in context. You need a hobby picture. It's other than being on a cruise, I don't really know what you like from these pictures. So I'd suggest going out with a friend who's good at taking pictures and bring a couple different shirts and take some candids in some different locations. Come here. This thing is like this, so I'm sorry. She's like this all the time. Okay, what do we got? About me, 6'1". That's not a lot of info. Assuming based on that you're just trying to hook up, I don't think that this profile is going to be very successful at that. Looking for long-term, yeah, you need a bio. I know nothing about you, so if someone was going to want to date you, they would need to know things about you. Attraction goes a long way, but it doesn't go that far. So it's getting really late here in my basement. So I think that's all I have time for today. But thank you for coming along on this journey with me. I hope that this was helpful and gave some insight to what people are thinking and understanding from your profile when they're seeing them. If any of the people that I looked at today want to ask any questions, feel free to just hit me up. We can talk it out. Happy to give advice on how to get good smiling photos, get good candid photos, anything like that, or anything else you want to talk about. And then if you have any questions for me about your own profiles, feel free to let me know in the comments below. This has been Gothicus Maximus. I'm a pretty new creator, so I would really appreciate if you like, comment, bell, subscribe. And yeah, have a good night. Say bye, Bubba. Bobby, say bye. You were talking the whole time I was filming this video. Why won't you say bye now? Why are you like this?
Good night, Baba.